Hello, ladies. It's so nice to have you here. I want to touch on grief, love and grief, how they go together. And as much as we talk about love and grief, when we go through it, it is just, extremely painful, but it is evidence that we do love. And, you know, it's interesting how a lot of times time has something to do with the healing and the process. And one thing that's helpful for me is to remember that God of creation is outside of time and in time. And so somehow that time where I am is maybe possibly already done. Maybe I'm already, outside of time with God somewhere, even though I'm not there yet. I do like to wonder about that. Of course, I don't know yet, but I like to know that God is in charge of all time. And in my time now, the grief that I experience, not just from the loss of someone passing away, but even from losing an animal or losing the ability to do a sport or losing the ability to complete your job. Those are all forms of grief. And of course, estrangement is 100% a huge part of grief that we have. And for whatever reason, it is time that kind of glues us all together to know that we are experiencing love and grief together. They're like a complete circle. Love and grief is like a complete circle. And we have today, but then we have people that came before us. I really like the book of Ruth. If you read the book of Ruth, we see how horribly sorrowful it was for Ruth's mother-in-law to go through the pain that she went through. And I suggest that you read through that book because you will see what lamenting looks like. Lamenting versus being bitter. And lamenting allows you to fully just embrace the pain of what you're going through, but you also grow. And somehow things are going to turn around, but until time goes by and we make it through, we really don't have any idea how grief is going to really affect us and how it's going to change us, and all the times that we put in with our family and we were going to do this or that with them, but they're not there anymore for whatever reason, especially in estrangement. It is a grief. So there is a video, maybe some of you guys have seen it, and it's called The Giraffe Demonstrates Stages of Grief, and it's on YouTube. And I just want to zoom and watch it with you guys and kind of stop and talk about each of the stages. It was first originally posted by Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, and it's had hundreds of thousands of views, and the comments are super helpful. It looks like everybody that's going through grief, whether it's a passing of a death or something not quite as permanent, as far as what we know, it helps a lot of people really to laugh. So let's just watch it together, and I will share my screen once again. Let me get some of these things off of here for you. Okay, takes me just a minute. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at our giraffe. He's kind of cute, isn't he? All right, here he goes.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's no big deal. It's probably not even quicksand. I'm gonna have a good laugh about this tonight with the guys.
All right, so denial. So in the book that I wrote for you guys, I was in total denial on the day that I found out my daughter had a cancer at birth. And when the doctor told us, I actually turned around like this because I thought he was talking to somebody else, but it was just me and her father in the room. So it's very hard to think that what's going to happen is really going to happen. I had a pet that had a seizure, and when I took the pet to the vet, the seizure was from a tumor inside the brain that was inoperable, and I couldn't believe that I woke up that day and my pet was gone that day. So the stages of denial are very, very real. I also was in a denial about estrangement. I just thought my children and my daughter and I, even my mom and I, we could work things out. But obviously, I was definitely in estrangement. So we hit an impasse. My pet, we hit an impasse, and at the time, thankfully, my daughter is alive and has lived through having to walk through treatment. So we made it through those things, but definitely I was in denial.
Well, this is just perfect. Stupid quicksand, stupid jungle. I want to bite someone in the face. Mother. Stop. That stupid jungle.
So I have no idea why the F word is so pertinent to the anger stage, but yeah, I'm very good at coining that or using that as that superlative word, especially when you're in the middle of grief. So give yourself a little bit of grace and love, because when we're angry, we do protect something that we love, and whether that's a person or what we were doing. So know that that's, some signs of anger. So you definitely loved because you're angry.
Are you there, God? It's me, Giraffe. Listen, if you would just give me a mulligan on this quicksand thing, I promise. I promise. No more peeing on your shorter creatures. What, you get a deal?
I just love the bargaining stage, because for me, when I would go through the bargaining stage, and I went through the bargaining stage with my daughter's estrangement, my children's estrangement, uh, almost instantly. So all the stages of grief will kind of come in and out at different times. But bargaining is definitely something that I've always been good at, because I've always tried to find a solution. But it even gets a little bit more uh, like intense. And you might want to bargain and do something that you probably would have never done had you not gone through the grief. So it's a very good idea to not make any big time decisions or choices while you're going through grief, or you might just bargain yourself into something you never planned on even doing. So depression, crying, it is very real. To be able to just function and do work and just tears are coming down, the body is crying. Um, that is a real thing. I know people that have cried every day for 6 months. I've cried many, many days in a row without stopping. I've cried on and off. I still cry. So the wave of depression does come in and out. So those tears are just tears that are released for those that you love.
You know something? I'm cool with this. I bet heaven has all the tender leaves I can eat, and everyone gets their own Slurpee machine. Yeah. Take me, sweet death. I await your loving embrace. What? I think I hit the bottom. Uh-oh.
Oops.
No big deal.
I'm
Probably not even
stopping this.
quicksand. I'm gonna have a good laugh about this tonight with the guys.
So isn't it interesting that when Giraffe hit the rock bottom, there was actually a little animal that he was able to help cross over on the quickstand. So we can help people when we get to acceptance. And once you get to a place of acceptance, well, this is where I'm at. I might as well make the best of it that I can. You will get there, but you will still have pain, but you will get there. So just hang on, keep going, and remember Giraffe.